Entry-level mining information, career pathways. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and today I just want to have a quick look at the different areas of the industry and the career pathway you can expect to have out of it. So to start with, I'm going to have a look at Hardrock Underground. So you can type underground into Seek and give it a spin and you'll see lots and lots of jobs come up. Why are there so many jobs? Well, we can have a look at this story from the ABC about our gold production. In the last couple of months, we've actually produced more gold than China. They've had a few production issues, so it's a case of we're number one now, and they'll probably get it back in the next 12 months because they've got a lot more mines than we have. But we are producing a lot of gold at the moment, and at a reasonable price too, at $2,463 an ounce. Most producers will be making at least $1,200 on that. There'll be some producers that are barely breaking even at that point, but they will have had problems. But most people that have got their act together and are mining productively will be doing it for between $900 and $1,300 an ounce, depending on what's going on. So the other thing that's driving the Hardrock Underground is the batteries, and nickel, cobalt, lithium, copper. All of it goes into making these batteries and using them, and the price is going through the roof with all of them. So nickel, that's in US dollars, and that makes it about 26,820 Australian dollars. And then if we have a look at copper, that makes it almost $12,845 Australian. So there's lots about. And if you come over to a company called Barminco, who's one of the big underground contractors in the world, you're going to be able to see what you're going to be able to do. If you have a look at the jobs, you'll be able to see jumbo operator Botswana. So you can go overseas with this career. You can go from starting off as a nipper or a truck driver out of Perth, and there's nipper and truck driver jobs available in the eastern states as well, to working in an overseas mine for them. And it's exactly the same with Burncut. They've got the same opportunities. They've got the overseas work there. And again, if you go back onto Seek and have a look, you'll be able to look through all the jobs, and a lot of the overseas jobs will come up, as well as a lot of the entry-level ones. Now, if you want to have a crack at getting into Hardrock Underground, can't go past recommending the Intro to Underground, the DIY mining course for the sponsors got. 4 online courses plus a seminar. It's $450. Teaches you everything that you need to know about how, or what the employer wants you to know about how their mine works and what you're going to be expected to do as a nipper, a truck driver, or a member of service crew. If you want some help with it, have a look at the Work Ready program. You get a ticketed shift boss to give you a hand to sort your resume out, prep you with the interviews, and come up with a plan of where and how you're going to try and get in. So let's move on from Hardrock Underground and have a look at iron ore. Now, one of the things that's been going on is the price, and if you have a look, the falling iron ore prices, the media wants to talk about it a lot, but the reality of the situation is that if you have a look at the graph over the time, most of the producers would be happy if it bottomed out at between where they are at the moment and $100. This is probably very excess stuff because of COVID and people wanting to get production back up, and a lot of Brazil iron ore not being available. But yeah, the price is going back down again. But don't worry, they're still making lots of money. Now, one of the problems with iron ore is that they're turning all their mines autonomous, and the reason that they're able to do that is because they're strip mines up north. And so I don't know if people will have noticed, but there aren't many jobs from BHP around anymore. There's not that many jobs or looking for intakes for entry-level stuff. They don't need them because they're actually replacing their truck drivers with driverless trucks. And as those truck drivers get made redundant and get let go or moved into the centre down here in Perth that runs the driverless trucks, probably with a substantial pay cut as well, I might add, you'll get people leaving the iron ore industry and going into the open pit gold and nickel mines. So that'll be going on. Now, if you have a look at coal, the coal price is really good, and it's $234 Australian a tonne. But the problem with coal is that all the articles are about how we should stop using coal. UN's top climate advisor demands Morrison ditches coal by 2030. Everything's about stopping the Australian industry from using its coal reserves and even its oil reserves. So, that's something that you need to think about when you're choosing a pathway into the industry. If you're looking at iron ore, you need to think about the fact that they're replacing all their truck drivers with driverless trucks. So how much money are you going to actually make? If you're looking at coal, you just have to look at this stuff. I mean, it is what it is. I don't have a problem with coal at all, and I've done a couple of videos on them before, which you can have a look at. This video that I've done on coal, and that goes into what is happening within the industry more and how it is affecting people. If you're trying to get a start in the industry at the moment, the big thing that I try to tell people and make them understand is that with a hard rock underground mining career, in 10 years' time, you could be anywhere in the world. Now, if you go into iron ore, in 10 years' time, chances are you're going to be working from a call centre in Perth, and it's going to be a $80,000 or to $100,000 a year job. You won't be on site because everything will be driverless on site. If you go into coal, the best result that you could possibly get is still having the same job on the mine site in a better position in 10 years' time and hoping that your mine is still open. Now, that's the unfortunate truth about it. People are headhunting coal. I don't agree with it necessarily. I think that there's a lot to be said for the fact that the darker coal that we produce burns a lot cleaner than what everybody else has got around the world. You can talk about that at length, but going into it from a career point of view, Hardrock Underground gives you more scope of metals to mine with, and it also gives you a lot more jobs to choose from. And like I said, with the careers, you just have to look at some of the jobs. They're all over the world. You can go anywhere in the world once you learn how to mine Hardrock Underground, and that's why I reckon it's the best place for a new starter to focus their efforts. And like I've said before, you can do that using the DIY training. It's got everything that you need to know that the employers want, and you can check out our Wall of Fame page if you want to. It's under courses here, and it's just feedback from people that have done the training and gotten jobs and that are really happy about it. If you can answer the mining questions in the interview, you're 90% of the way home to getting the job. So I hope that information helps, and the pathway in depends on where you are and what you want to do, but I suppose also the pathway in ultimately depends on how long you're going to be in the career for. And at the moment, the long-term jobs are in Hardrock Underground. There are jobs going in coal and iron ore, not that many for new starters. But, the thing to think about is if you do get onto an iron ore site or you do get onto a coal site, how long is it going to be there for? And that's one of the unfortunate things that's happening at the moment. So if you could share this video around and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, that would be wonderful. Thanks.